Jazz opening lineup. James Johnson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Russell. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3, the small forward.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. And Beasley, here we go. And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Russell against Conley. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And there's the pass to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Johnson, the pass to Russell. Now here's Towns, covered by Conley. Off target from outside. On offense, here are the Jazz. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D. Wade with how he plays.
First free throw is good.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
And Mitchell drops them both. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Here is Conley after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. O'Neal inside. Back to Bogdanovich. Outside Conley. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. Here's Mitchell. Sent away. They get it back. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Okogie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Boy, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. Well, that's a great get for them.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around because he wasn't highly touted in college. But I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
Now here's Towns. Beasley outside. They get a hand on it. 6 to shoot. They're running. With the teardrop, and Mitchell with the layup. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Here's Okogie. Towns wide open. Nails it from the high post.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Lets it go from 11. Pass to Bogdanovich. Tries again. Rebound by Okogie. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Houston. Passes it to Johnson. Over Bogdanovich. A shot by Johnson, no good. The Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Bogdanovich, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Okogie, the pass to Russell. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's coming off an excellent season. First in field goal percentage, third in blocks. And one of the league's most ferocious rebounders, always working. He was top 5 in that category.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Now, here's Mitchell. He's got 8. 9 feet out. Conley gets the bucket.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Here's Beasley. And in that game with Houston, he did not play well. Outside, Russell. A 3-ball. No good. So Utah will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Yeah, did a really good job of drawing foul after foul. Very physical and rugged in how they perform. And it paid off.
And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Russell. Towns has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Mitchell outside. Gobert down low, defended by Towns. Bogdanovich against Johnson. Right side, Bogdanovich. And the shot goes in.
Nice to see Bogdanovich get shots to go right before the buzzer sounds. Always a big confidence builder.
Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Here's Okogie. It's not going to go for him.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets the shot go uncontested.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now here's Towns. Back to Russell. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And this is what you get with a bigger guard. D'Angelo able to finish through contact.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Here's Okogie. Softly drops in the floater. Okogie's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Utah. Up top, Gobert. Dishes it to Mitchell. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Okogie, guarded by O'Neal. Here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Bogdanovich finds Conley. With some arc, he gets it in there. Conley's got his second basket of the game. And the Timberwolves with possession here, trailing by 2. Mitchell against Beasley. Pass to Johnson. Inside. Towns with the bucket. Towns has got 6.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Hey, yo, check mine.
Conley against Russell. Lets a floater go.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. Spellman has come in for Towns, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Malik Beasley. On defense, Utah. Here's Okogie. There's the pass to Spellman. Just 5 to shoot. Tries a 3. Okogie misses.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Utah leading. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell. Right side, Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound, Gobert, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one's on Johnson. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Jazz?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
2 shots.
A free throw drops for Gobert. And with this summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
And Gobert drops them both.
And you think about the two best talents in Wolves history, KG, obviously, and probably Big Cat.
I would not disagree. I mean, KG is a Hall of Famer. And the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, has been terrific early in his career. The rebounding and scoring, the versatility at that size between those two guys. Well, it could have possibly been like the Admiral and Tim Duncan. Well, maybe not quite that good, but really good.
The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And it's Russell missing.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Up top, Gobert really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma City. Here's Mitchell. Rebound, Minnesota.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 21 points per game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line. 1:24 left to play in the first quarter. Mitchell against Russell. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Three-pointer. Utah the rebound. Pass to Mitchell. From outside the arc. No good. Shot missing. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And the basket by Okogie.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Conley surveying the D. Off his leg. And the refs whistling a kick ball. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ingles kicks to Conley. Mitchell outside. 5 to shoot. Over Johnson.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Mitchell against Russell. Passes it to Okogie. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Floats one. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 2. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Jazz, they've got Jordan Clarkson. Joe Ingles is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Moutier in at the 1 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Culver's checked in for Josh Okogie. Ingles passes to Gobert. Bogdanovich against Johnson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Minnesota shooting 43% for the game. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, too. A modern-day approach for a young coach.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
To the paint, here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Here's Rubio. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Moutier pass to Gobert. Back to Moutier. Makes it off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Minnesota lead.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Pass to Spellman. Kicks it to Culver. Poked loose. It's stolen by Ingles. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Ingles covering. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Bogdanovich. A miss that time would have put him up for Minnesota. They've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line.
Attacking the defense with the pass there, Kevin. Rubio, the great vision, then no hesitation on the delivery.
Minnesota shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. The Jazz making a switch here. Davis is checked in. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own, team stats, but Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
To the left side wing. Culver kicks to Johnson. Culver in the corner. Over Ingles. Culver's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Here's Clarkson. He nails it, and we're tied up. Clarkson's got his first points in this one.
And this is the advantage Clarkson has. I mean, he's a big combo guard and can convert through contact.
Culver passes to Spellman. He's covered by Clarkson. Trying to get open is Johnson. Another miss by Minnesota. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Davis on the follow. And the Jazz lead by 2.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
Gobert with the block. Now Ingles. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those 2 needs better than anyone in the league.
That one is off.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for James Johnson. And it's Malik Beasley in for Ricky Rubio. And he's good on the second. And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. The Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat. They've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Davis, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. He has 6. Right side Towns. For Davis. Towns, no luck.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Ingles dishes to Mitchell. He kicks to Clarkson. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Mitchell from downtown. And it's Russell with the rebound.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And Towns throws it down.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Clarkson kicks to Mitchell. Lays it up and banks it in. Mitchell's got 14 points for the game.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Beasley, the pass to Towns. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Utah the other way. And it's Davis at the elbow. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Ingles passes to Mitchell. To the wing on the left. And here is O'Neal. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. 6. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
Mitchell against Russell, the 8-footer, and again it's Utah.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's Towns. Davis with some nice D.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Clarkson against Russell. They get it back. Davis, the pass to Ingles. There's the dish to Clarkson. Another shot. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Clarkson's got the lead up to 12 now for Utah. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. And they're in the thick of this long road run. That's the 3rd of 7 straight on the road. 17 seconds left now here in the second. Russell against Mitchell. Clarkson on the wing. This one for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so that brings the first half to a close. Utah out in front, up 9. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend. And, we've been a little bit fortunate, too. They missed some shots. But, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel it. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. In the second quarter, they turned on the afterburners, making a big charge to jump ahead and build a 9-point lead for themselves at halftime. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You haven't heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
Kenny, let's get your input on the Timberwolves.
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
to Towns. Back to Russell. Beasley, the pass to Russell. Gobert with the block. Bogdanovich looking around. Here's Mitchell. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Mitchell's got 18 points.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Mitchell against Beasley. Shoots from 12. Here's Gobert, and the layup is good. He's got 11.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Russell gets it to go.
Nice reaction by D'Angelo to the defense sagging back. Just drops in the simple floater there.
Russell against Conley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one is on Towns. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant right before the draft. That deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
And he makes the first. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin, and he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Boy, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there. Outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
Towns. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. And the last 2 years, Karl Anthony Towns getting a rap as a bad defender. Clark, do you think that's fair to say?
You know what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was. He's not nearly the defensive liability he used to be. He's better defensively one-on-one, and I think he's improved in his ability to switch and rotate on smaller players.
And he can't get the first one.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
And he sinks the second. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Clock at 4. Conley dishes to Gobert. Here's O'Neal. Drops in the tray. O'Neal's got 5.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Russell looking it over. Feet away. Here's Towns. That one no good. Gobert with the defensive effort. Bogdanovich against Johnson. Bogdanovich no luck. Timberwolves trail by 17. Beasley finds Russell. Towns up top. Pass to Johnson. to Towns. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Rudy Gobert, third.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. To the inside. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Mitchell. And that's 13 points for Rudy Gobert.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers.
And Mitchell drops them both. Timberwolves trail by 17. Now, here's Culver. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the pass to Rubio. Kicks it to Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
One of the great things about Towns is his versatility. Inside, outside, he can give it to you from anywhere.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Mitchell is doubled. Pass to Gobert. Towns against Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Rubio. Offensive rebound. Gobert can't hit. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Minnesota. And it's Russell missing.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Culver with it.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
That one misses. Jazz leading by 15. Here's Bogdanovich. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
On the attack, Bogdanovich showing his ability to put it on the floor.
The Timberwolves have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Now Conley. 8 points for him. Mitchell. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 22 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Passes it to Russell. Fires from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. And it's Mitchell missing. Timberwolves trail by 19. Here's Rubio. Banked in off the glass. Rubio's got his first points of the night.
All right, we talk about making plays. Rubio would rather not take the shot from distance, so he does the smart thing. Drives it right in.
Gobert double-teamed. Here's O'Neal. The shot's good. O'Neal's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Mitchell. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
And Rubio kicks to Russell. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Conley against Russell. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Rubio looking around. To the middle. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Slick play that time by Rubio, doing what the guard's supposed to. Force the defender to make a decision. And when he does, Rubio able to find the roller where he can do something with the ball.
Knocked away. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. With the floater. The kick out to Towns. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. In the third spot, the Timberwolves.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
On the wing, Johnson. He has 5. Clock is at 3. Pass to Towns. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Towns has got 21 in the game.
Doesn't take a lot for Towns to catch fire. He's a confident, sweet-shooting big guy. Can score on anyone from anywhere.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Offensive threats.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just non-stop. The first free throw is good. it's the Jazz now. It's a 16-point game. Mitchell passes to Gobert. There's a minute left in the third. Here's Bogdanovich, and it's blocked. For the three, hits the three-point bomb. 6 points for him.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Feeds to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Here's Mitchell. He's got 27. 26 seconds left to play in the third. He dishes it to Bogdanovich.
Get there.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. It's blocked. And so it's the Utah Jazz. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Joe Ingles. Mitchell is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the center position. That's the group right now for Utah. Back to Beasley. The pass to Towns. Over Bogdanovich. Towns, no luck.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Here's Okogie for three.
Get there.
Rebounded by the Jazz. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game. Count it, good. And the Jazz lead by 17.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Okogie. Count it. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Now, here's Mitchell. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Towns. From the baseline. That shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Mitchell passes to Bogdanovich. That one, no good. Timberwolves trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Beasley. Can't hit from 12. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Utah Jazz. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Beasley outside. 6 to shoot. A three-pointer off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's
Beasley hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Outside Conley. And there's the pass to Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Here's Okogie. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe. Conley with it. High post, Gobert. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 13. Beasley, the pass to Okogie. Pass to Towns. Shoots the 3. Utah with the rebound. The drive by Mitchell. And the shot goes down. Mitchell's got 15 points in just the second half.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Here's Russell. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Big guard, nice handle. D'Angelo can take you a number of ways off the drive.
Passes it to Gobert. Dishes it to Conley. Minnesota with the rebound. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. And the basket by Okogie.
The ball distribution was there. I mean,
Russell. It's stolen by Gobert. Conley kicks to Gobert. Mitchell passes to Ingles. Back to Mitchell. There's the feed to Bogdanovich. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it fly. Here's Gobert. Towns with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 14. Outside Russell. There's the dish to Beasley. Passes it to Okogie. The Timberwolves. On the wing. Back to Russell. Timberwolves passing it around. And it's Towns missing. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
Mitchell against Beasley. Now, here's Mitchell. Tight defense on him. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Rudy, another strong performance for you guys. How good is this team playing right now?
We're playing great. It's all about our defense. When we play defense, when we focus, we communicate, and after we get this stuff on the offensive end.
Rudy, a great win. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.